Hey everybody, we are back in Bozeman. It's mid-October or so, and some of the things we've been working on this month are ways to build power. We've been doing that with med ball routines. We've been doing that with some plyometric routines. We're transitioning into a power phase in the gym. And then we can also be training power in a little bit more ski-specific ways on roller skis. And that's what we're doing today. We're kind of modifying a typical speed session to have it be a little bit more power-based. So I'm having the athletes start out with just 10-15 minutes no-pole skiing to warm up the legs. We've already been skiing for 30 minutes, so now we're gonna add 15 minutes of no-pole skiing, and then we'll add in some contrast poles. After a 30-minute easy distance warm-up, we're now going to do 10 to 15 minutes of no-pole skating just to get used to the lower body movements, working on symmetrical push. You can either have stationary arms or kind of go through the motions of a V2 or V1 technique. Doesn't matter. The goal is just to get the lower body warmed up. Next, we're going to move into 5 contrast pulls. And we've done contrast pulls here at NTS before. This session is a little bit different. I'm having them do basically a 15-second gradual uphill contrast pull where they're pulling their teammate with some banded resistance. And this is on a gradual uphill. Then they get rid of the band with about a 20-second rest and then come back downhill, repeating that same section on a gradual downhill without pulls. So here I'm having the athletes just take turns pulling one another. So that's kind of good to get that a good rest in between each rep anyway, because we're only doing 5 reps here and we want them to be really high quality. So 15 seconds uphill, really trying to focus on that foot contact with the ground. You can see Sarah there showing really nice ankle flexion. We want to see the skis landing in a position where they can accelerate right away up the hill. And then our goal on the gradual downhill section is just have a full range of motion push. You can use the arms shown here, but really just trying to move at a high velocity without pulls. You can see from this session we're really trying to build power in the lower body, but also quickness in our ground contact. So being able to get on and off the ski very quickly, which will translate well into V1 technique. So the next step here is to do 5 no-pole starts, and I really want these to be less than 10 seconds. A 5-second effort here is totally fine. What we're trying to do is just get off the line very quick, and the athletes are trying to figure out what they need to do to accelerate without pulls by getting on and off the skis, staying low, landing those skis on the ground in an accelerating position. Finally, we're going to add pulls and have some really max effort, max speed drop-ins. So we're just doing 5 drop-ins. That means we're using a gradual downhill to build up speed, and then doing a 15 to 20 second max effort on flat terrain. This is what we refer to as a drop-in, and you can see that where we might have been doing a 10-second effort early on in the summer, we're lengthening these out to a 15 to 20 second effort. So we're actually trying to progress and periodize our speed training here so that the athletes learn to maintain a max velocity for a little bit longer as we get closer to the season. So you can see this session, we've kind of loaded up the lower body to try to build power, and then we're finishing with 5 max efforts to try to build velocity.